Welcome again to the Shanti Meditation-beginners program.
Снова добро пожаловать на программу Шанти медитации для начинающих.
Today we are covering a topic why meditation awakens and why it is different from waking up.
Сегодня тема нашей лекции «Почему медитация приводит к пробуждению» и почему пробуждение, то, о котором мы говорим, это не то пробуждение, которое ото сна обычного.
You know, we want to wake up in the morning with peace and happiness, but it doesn't happen every day.
Мы естественным образом хотим пробуждаться каждое утро с ощущением мира и радости, но, к сожалению, так не происходит всегда.
And so we blame our sleep, stress and anxiety.
И поэтому мы виним в этом качество нашего сна, виним наши текущие проблемы, беспокойство и прочее.
And who disturbed our sleep? Who gave us the stress?
Но возникает вопрос, а кто нарушает наш сон, кто это тот, кто вызывает у нас стресс и прочее?
We blame and complain others. They are events, people and things.
И мы начинаем обвинять в этом других людей, вещи, события.
So Easternwisdom says, as long as we are blaming others, we are still sleeping, even when we are living in a waking state.
И восточная мудрость утверждает, что если мы виним в наших проблемах кого-то иного, кроме себя, то это значит, что мы все еще находимся в состоянии сна.
You know, the word awakening refers to a state of being at the center.
То пробуждение, о котором говорим мы, оно означает, что мы приходим к некому центру.
And that center does not change.
И этот центр, он вечен, он неизменен, он постоянен.
And that is why we instantly awake when someone shouts our name at any age.
Поэтому, например, если кто-то выкрикивает наше имя, когда мы во сне, то мы моментально пробуждаемся.
You can find out our body, mind, intellect, ego, thought, thinker, all are changing.
Если мы понаблюдаем за нашим умом, нашим эго, интеллектом, нашим телом, нашими эмоциями, все это постоянно меняется.
But something within us does not change.
Но есть нечто внутри нас, которое постоянно и неизменно.
And when we discover what does not change, we awaken.
И когда мы приходим к пониманию, что есть это такое, которое неизменное, то это и есть момент пробуждения.
And that is the subject of meditation.
И это и есть цель медитации.
You know, the mind knows a lot, if still it does not know everything about us.
Наш ум знает очень много, но все равно есть вещи, которые он не знает, которые ему недоступны.
It knows too much in the outer space. Who is good, who is bad, whom should I like, whom should I dislike. But it doesn't know very little in the inner space.
Наш ум знает очень много о внешних событиях, о внешних людях, о том, что ему нравится, что ему не нравится, но он знает так мало о нашем внутреннем мире.
And what the science tells you about you?
Что же наука, вот, например, что наука говорит нам о нас самих?
It tells you you are a machine.
Наука говорит, что человек — это машина.
Science says we can repair, we can rehabilitate, we can take care of you.
Наука говорит, что можно починить, если что-то сломалось, можно исправить, можно путем заботы о нашем «я» можно его исправить.
You read everything about yourself from the scientific perspective, and still you don't know who you are.
Но сколько бы вы ни читали о самом себе с точки зрения, и сколько бы вы ни изучали самого себя с точки зрения науки, у вас все равно останется этот вопрос: а кто же такой я?
So how do we understand meditation?
Итак, как же нам понять сущность медитации?
Think of it. The mind has 99% of information about you and 1% of fact about you.
Подумайте об таком утверждении. Наш ум обладает 99% информации о «я», о таком понятии, как «я», и только 1% фактов об этом «я».
And when mind drops all that information, we may get some clue about ourselves.
Но если ум не будет привязываться к этим 99% информации, то вполне возможно, что тогда придет некое понимание того, что же есть я на самом деле.
This dropping of information explains that we have to empty the mind of its contents to know our true self.
И вот этот процесс, когда ум не привязывается к морю информации о «я», о человеке, и заключается в том, чтобы очистить свой ум, чтобы очистить ум от того, что там находится.
When I say you all are beautiful human beings, do you really understand yourself?
Если, например, Гуруджи говорит, что все мы замечательные живые существа, человеческие существа, то что каждый под этим подразумевает и насколько действительно каждый хорошо понимает, что это значит?
And someone says you are crazy.
А кто-то другой может, например, сказать, что вы сумасшедший.
So which one you are?
Итак, кто же вы на самом деле? Если один вам говорит одно о вас, другой другое, противоречивые данные поступают в ум, то какое решение должен принять ум, кто вы есть на самом деле?
That is why the Easternwisdom says, empty the mind of its contents. You are good to someone, you are bad to someone. You like something, you dislike something. This is the nature of the mind.
Поэтому восточная мудрость говорит, что нам необходимо избавиться от этих оценочных суждений, избавиться от того моря информации, которая есть в уме о нас самих. И это называется очищение ума от его содержимого.
So in meditation, what we do, we ask the mind, please, I'm not going to accept anything from you. Let me see without you. Who am I?
И поэтому в медитации мы говорим своему уму: пожалуйста, посторонись, я не буду сейчас от тебя принимать никаких суждений, никакой информации, я просто хочу напрямую познать свое собственное «я», свою сущность, без участия ума.
When you keep the mind aside, you are extraordinarily aware.
Когда ум находится в сторонке, то тогда возникает экстраординарная осознанность.
And that takes you to a meditative state.
И это приводит человека к медитативному состоянию.
Understand a little bit and then we'll start. What is your personality?
Попытайтесь понять, прежде чем мы начнем, что включается в понятие вашей личности.
It is your personal reality.
Личность – это ваше собственное понимание реальности, то, как вы ощущаете, осознаете окружающую реальность.
And what is your personal reality? It is your attitude, it is your behavior, it is your skill, it is your values, it is your negativity.
А что включается в вашу реальность? Это ваши умения, ваши эмоции, ваши негативные или позитивные суждения. Это то, что включается в вашу реальность.
Can you become aware that you are different from your attitude, your behavior, your values, your skills, your negativity, your stress, your anxiety?
Но можете ли вы осознать тот факт, что ваше истинное «я», оно отлично от всех этих компонентов нашей действительности, оно отлично от нашего поведения, от наших эмоций, от наших суждений, от нашего ума, от всех этих компонентов. Наше истинное «я» отличается.
So this personal reality is created by your mind, by the society, by the culture, by your conditioning.
Вся эта реальность наша, она создана нашим умом, она создана исходя из того, как ум понимает взаимодействие с нашим обществом и из того, как ум обуславливается внешним воздействием общества.
So when you keep your mind aside, all your attitude, values, skills, negativities are kept aside, and you come face to face with your subjective reality.
И когда вы отодвигаете ваш ум, вы отодвигаете всю вот эту относительную реальность, которую он создает, все ваши эмоции, ваши умения, ваши воспоминания, то тогда вы лицом к лицу сталкиваетесь с вашей истинной субъективной реальностью.
You know, this frontal part of the brain, the science says that it is a learning brain, it is a thinking brain, it makes you aware that you are listening to me.
Наука утверждает, что вот передняя часть мозга, лобные доли, кора, которая спереди находится, она отвечает как раз за то, что человек осознает, например, реальность, как она сейчас происходит, то, что Гуруджи говорит.
And if we believe science that this helps me to know, to learn, to empower, let this brain help us to keep all the thoughts aside.
И если мы на минутку поверим науке, предположим, что это правда, и действительно эта часть мозга отвечает за осознание, то давайте попробуем с помощью этой части мозга отодвинуть все наши мысли и попробовать не думать.
And it has the potential to do it.
И на самом деле мозг имеет потенциал выполнить эту задачу.
And when you awaken that potential, you can go into meditative state.
И если мы пробудим этот наш потенциал, который у нас есть, то тогда мы войдем в медитативное состояние.
So today is the 6th session, and we are again going to practice Shanti meditation differently.
Итак, сегодня 6-е занятие, и мы снова будем практиковать шанти-медитацию, но снова иным способом, не так как раньше.
But remember, you have to maintain your self-awareness during the entire practice.
Но помните, пожалуйста, что во время всей практики медитации вы должны сохранять осознанность.
Let us start.
Давайте начнем.
Eyes are closed. Sit. The first thing is the state of passivity. What is the state of passivity? You become aware that you are comfortable. How you become aware that you are comfortable? Eyes are closed. You lie or sit down anywhere in any posture, the way you like. Be comfortable. How you become comfortable? With eyes closed, you move your mind on the neck joint, inner chest in a line. Good. You move your mind on the shoulder joints and become aware. So when you become aware, so what happens? You feel the sensation. You become aware that you are comfortable. So simple to do. That's the way I designed this program. But every time I change so that your mind doesn't become habitual and mechanical, but it continues to grow, evolve, and awaken to a state of meditation. Move the mind on the hip joints. Become aware and feel the sensation that tells you are comfortable. Knee joints, ankles, and the toes. Done. Be carefree. Carefree means what? Aren't you carefree when you are looking at the birds flying in the sky? They come, they go. What remains is the space. Let the thought come, let the thought go. Thought is there, okay. It stays, okay. It goes away, okay. So in that what happens? You're totally indifferent, but in the state of awareness. Done. And now you are casual, you are natural, you are aware that you are comfortable, you are aware that you are carefree, and you are also aware that you are with me. Raise your awareness a little bit more. You're not doing anything. You're awakening. Now become aware of the space all around your body. There is a space, it is a fact. Become aware of the sensation in the body. Sensation is there because of the life force. I know myself not from the thought. First there is a sensation, then there is an awareness, then I think that I'm here, I feel the sensation, I know. You're feeling the sensation in the body, become aware of the stillness in the body. So natural. Everything is there. It is empowering yourself, raising your awareness. Then look at the breath that is going in and out. Normally you won't find a better explanation than awareness of the 3 points with the breath awareness. What are the 3 points? The breath is going in and out. You are knowing it. You feel the sensation of the breath touching the nose. You know it. And there is no change in the rate, in the rhythm of the breath. You know it. What is behind the breath? If I say, what is deeper than the breath? Yes, maybe some thoughts, maybe some impressions, maybe some sensation that draws your attention. But one thing is sure, we withdrawn the mind from outside to inside in looking at the breath. I explained to you before when you attended my sessions last year that there are 52 different ways to be aware of the breath. And maybe 2 or 3 ways we are going to do it today to move into that state of meditation. Okay. Many people say counting the breath. But what happens when you count the breath, you become habitual. It becomes mechanical. The thought continues to run into your mind. At the same time, you are also counting the breath. And you claim you counted the breath correctly, and you miss the meditation practice. It's a big deal. You may claim, I've been doing the breath awareness for the last 20 years without any change. And that is why the meditation has to be expressed, taught differently every time with reference to our life, activities, living, habits, conditioning. That is why I covered why meditation. Just become aware of the state of sensation you are in, stillness, you're looking at the breath, good. Breath is going in and out, 3-pointed awareness of the breath at this moment. That becomes your one step. First step, you know the breath is going in and out. You know the birds are flying in the sky, you're not doing anything. Okay? You feel the sensation of the breath. You feel the sensation of the bird flying in the sky. You know, here is the first bird, here is the second. I term it that as a sensation through the sight. Third, are you doing anything to the birds flying in the sky? No. Are you doing anything with the breath moving in and out? No. You are there with me. Very good. Now, in that state, when the breath goes in, look at a point on the forehead. The breath comes out, look at a point on the forehead. Now see, this is the 4th-pointed awareness of the breath. What are the 4 points? The first point, you know the breath is going in and out. You feel the sensation of the breath inside the nose. You do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. What you are changing? You are changing the attention and awareness of the mind through the breath. What is the 4th point? The moment the breath goes in, you look at a point on the forehead, the breath comes out, you look at a point on the forehead. That is the key. You got it? What the Eastern wisdom says, where the breath where the energy goes, where the mind goes, there the energy goes. And the vice versa is also true. So the breath is going in and the mind is becoming aware of any point on the forehead. You might have started experiencing the sensation there. Neuroscience says keep your attention inward. We are doing the same thing, but little deeper than that. What we are doing, the moment the breath goes in, you feel the sensation, count mentally in 1. The breath comes out, count out 1. You drop in your mind. You're not moving the lips or the tongue. You remain in that state of sensation in the stillness. You did not enforce the sensation in stillness. You earned that by being comfortable, carefree, casual, being extraordinarily aware of the space, sensation, and the stillness in the body, looking at the breath with the four-pointed awareness. You added the fifth point. You're counting the breath at this moment. Continue counting the breath from 1 to 25. When you complete, you start again. But then what happens in between? The crazy mind returns. The wandering mind returns. You forget the counting. You listen to me. You become aware. You return to the counting. You start again from 1. I know in that state of passivity, you are counting the breath without changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. So normally people guide you the meditation academically, but we change the practice every week. Stop the counting, return to the three-pointed awareness of the breath. I believe you know it. In that state of the sensation and the stillness, you are looking at the breath going in and out. You're feeling the sensation of the breath. You're not changing. Because during the practice, and especially when you sit for meditation, the mind reverts. It becomes monkey mind. But if you give this monkey mind some experience, it changes itself naturally without any resistance. How to do that? Again, the breath awareness, but in a different way. How? Let us start. Become aware of the breath. You know, these pointed awareness of the breath changes delicately, softly. Now become aware of the movement of the body in relationship to the breath. How? Doing nothing, the breath is going in, become aware. Is the belly coming out, or the chest, or the collarbone? The moment the breath goes in, if the belly comes out, you feel the sensation. That is it. Okay. But we need little more conscious activity, action. How to do that? Please don't start breathing habitually. The moment the breath goes in, Your belly comes out. Mentally say 1. Continue to inhale little deeper, and your chest expands. Mentally say 2. Continue. Your collarbone expands. 3. Now your breath returns, coming out from the belly. 1. From the chest. 2. From the collarbone. 3. You have regulated the breath. It is little deeper. You are giving your brain a conscious experience of one breath in 3 points. You start inhaling, belly comes out, you feel the sensation, mind says 1. It continues, chest 2. You feel the sensation in the rib cage, collarbone 3. Breath comes out from the belly, you feel 1. From the chest 2. From the collarbone 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. If you are naturally aware of the expansion of the 3 regions, the belly, chest, and the collarbone, and the contraction, you will notice that the belly expands more, chest expands little, and the collarbone very little. What the science says, the upper lobes of the lungs are small. Yes. Then you gain a conscious experience with the breath awareness of the counting of 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One of the masters in the Indian part of the Tibet explained this. I did the practice for years together. Now when I do it, it takes me a couple of minutes only to enter into the state. I can understand your mind can react and resist. Why? The breath rate and the rhythm is heavily conditioned by our mind and emotions, our behavior, our set habit. Continue doing it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It will take a couple of sessions to make you realize and understand. And I wish that you would be doing the practice for this week, for 2 weeks before we meet. Well, start from there. It can be in any permutation and combination. So it breaks the mind that is conditioned. It breaks the mind that takes you away from the meditation practice. Return again for a repetition. Stop this breathing. Do nothing. Just do nothing. So when you do nothing, you simply are aware of the space outside, sensation in the stillness, aware of the breath. The mind is looking within. So the first step if you say, is the state of doing nothing and awareness. State of doing nothing and awareness. Let us have the second step. Three-pointed awareness of the breath. Where is the three-pointed awareness of the breath? You're looking at the breath, feeling the sensation. Okay, no change in the rate, in the rhythm of the breath. Just remain aware of the three-pointed awareness of the breath. It may give you a deeper experience today because of your previous regular practices. You're in three-pointed awareness of the breath, where your mind is aware that you're not changing the breath. It raises your awareness and attention. You see, the whole point is keep your awareness and attention inside the head, inside the body. Let us see what happens. It looks for our innate goodness. What is that? We are potentially peace and happiness. And now from the three-pointed awareness of the breath, the next step, start counting the breath with awareness of a point on the forehead. Where is that? The breath is going in and out is the first point. Second point, you feel the sensation of the breath. Third point, you're not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Fourth point, the breath goes in. You're looking at a point on the forehead. Breath comes out. Look at a point on the forehead. I am aware the science will say, yes, you are keeping your attention inside the forehead. Let them say. We are exploring a little deeper then. And the fifth point, the breath goes in, you feel the sensation, you count in 1. Breath comes out, out 1. Count from 1 to 25. I believe you all are doing Now stop the counting of the breath from 1 to 25. We transition to a conscious action on the breath with reference to the body. Breath is going in, you feel. Maybe you can expand your belly a little more. 1. Then continue chest. You feel the sensation. 2. collarbone, 3. So your breath becomes little deeper, not very deep. You are fully aware of the pathway of the breath that changes the sensation in the body. The breath is coming out first from the belly. Your mind says 1. From the ribs 2. From the collarbone 3. Breath goes in from the belly. Goes in, belly comes out 1. Chest 2. Collarbone 3. This conscious action with the little change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath with reference to the body gives a conscious sensation and experience to the brain. Why we are doing it? We are doing it to prevent the mind to wander, to distract, to forget, and to remain aware and attentive. Continue. I know it's a big challenge to do it. Why? The body is nothing but the unconscious mind. And the meditation is to bring all the unconsciousness to the conscious level. You may miss it, but it gives an opportunity to your conscious mind to work on. Now stop this. 1, 2, 3. Do nothing. So you can move from doing nothing to counting of the breath with awareness of a point on the forehead, and 1, 2, 3 with a little change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath, with a conscious experience of the belly, rib cage, and the collarbone. You're doing nothing. Remain as you are in that state for a while and experience the state you're in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let there be peace, peace and peace. That recitation is not a ritual. It is much more than that. When you are into that state of meditation, you hear that chanting. It helps your mind to go a little deeper and intensify your experience. Bring the mind on the right palm, on the left palm. Relift your both the palms. Place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside. Bring the hands down. Let us know your experiences now. Share your experiences. You can share it on the chat. You can open your audio and video, you can share your. I know many people are shy of sharing, but it's okay. Eliana, you can open your audio video, you can share your sense. Yes. What is your experience? Come on, Eliana. Armin. Arthur. Kate. Denise. Arthur. Dennis, how do you feel? Arthur says that, frankly, I fell asleep almost right away, but it felt warm and cozy. Next time I'll try sitting. Yes, you know, it's meditation is walking in a very razor's edge. You withdraw the mind from outside to inside, and you fall into unconscious sleep. What is meditation? You have to rise into consciousness. It happens. But one thing is there in the beginning of these practices, even going into a deep sleep, feeling warm and cozy, is much better than having a wandering mind. Dennis says, towards the end of the sensation, I had a feeling of complete content. I know why it is so, Dennis. You got it right. Like I don't need anything else in this life, though it passed quickly. Yes. We will continue the same practice with little modification. You are on the right track. Antonina. Antonina writes, I was not asleep, but was not completely aware as well. I don't know. I heard your voice, had some thoughts, but it was like, all like a background. Nothing stayed for a long. You know, in meditation tradition, we say it is tandra. It is neither sleep nor awake. You hear, still you're not sure. You're relaxed, you're not sure. Your mind is wandering, but still somewhere else. So it is basically a transition from a waking state. People, many metaphorically, sometimes we say it's a dark night of the soul, when the mind is neither outside nor inside. But that too is a sign of the progress. Kate. Kate says, thank you, Guruji. Very deep relaxation and the as of a deep sleep. It's good. You were able to maintain your awareness. Eliona. Eliona says it was hard to be aware in counting 1, 2, 3. But mostly I was attentive during meditation. I feel little asleep now, but very calm, relaxed, and in harmony with myself. I like this. Yes, I introduced this step for the first time, 1, 2, 3, with a conscious sensation and experience of the belly, chest, and the collarbone, with a little alteration of the movement in the belly, chest, and the collarbone. That goes a long way. I told you before that body is the unconscious mind if we allow the conscious mind to take over the body. It is hard in the beginning. It has to be made easy by regular practice. It is wonderful to see you all. We'll meet the Friday after the coming one. Until that time, thank you. In peace, keep smiling.